Yeah,
because that mechanic was like, why are we doing this? You know, it feels like all of the mechanics could have been used in a bigger, more fleshed out game.
Welcome to Game Club. We actually did it, guys. I'm sorry about the delay of our November episode, but we're going to keep doing this. My name is Brian Belcher. I'm joined with Brittany Saturn, and with this month we've got Tim White, aka Soltron, aka D&D Sluggers. Boo, 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 boo. I don't know how to do the horn.
It's like many bees.
Okay.
Like imagine if you were surrounded by enough to save the planet.
Okay.
Bees.
Wow.
We need bees.
We do need bees. Save the honeybees, guys. Hashtag honeybees. Actually, we're going to be talking about a different animal, an unfinished swan this month.
Swans.
So I can't say that word.
Schwan.
Swans. Swans. Species swans. Oh, and then just in time.
Get out of the window.
Cat attack. So let's go right off the bat. Brittany, did you like that game?
Unsure.
All right, Tim.
I don't think I liked the game.
All right, I liked the game, and but I didn't like one very specific part of it.
Okay.
My least favorite part was the dark part where the game says, "Hello, we're going to be a different game for this next 20 minutes." But let's start off with the story. The story is in summary, is a little boy his mother dies. His mother was a painter who didn't finish a lot of paintings. Now he's at an orphanage. He's only allowed to keep one painting, and it was his mother's favorite. It was the Unfinished Swan.
It's the swan.
Swan. And one night he wakes up. The swan's gone. He goes into the painting, and from then on, the magical part
of the door.
Oh, is it the door?
Yeah.
There's a door that was never.
God, you see, I beat the game today, but I started the game like 2 months ago.
Good job, Brian.
I technically beat it in one sitting, which is not something I normally even do. It's the first PlayStation 3 game I've played, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the first PlayStation 3 game I played.
You own a PlayStation 3?
I don't play on it.
Okay. But eventually you're going to this world with there's the king, and these cats are going to be super rowdy. Go ahead.
I thought I expected more, I guess, is one of the things.
Yeah, that was my issue with it. So much build up.
It was just like all of this build up, and it
Boop. Yeah, exactly. It had no payoff.
Like, you're going to find your mom's swan. And you have to find your mom's swan, and you what?
The closest...
I went home and went.
And when the king was added, I felt like, oh, there's this other aspect of things that he didn't understand or know about coming to him from the pain. No, none of those things. And
then I was like, oh, the little boy is the king. I was like, oh,
he's not.
Then the king's his father. He's not an orphan anymore.
Yeah,
no, he's still an orphan because his mom was a clone of the king.
Yeah,
that's another weird thing.
Yeah, it was like your mom's the king. Cause wait, what?
And then she was like, "Well, I'm about to give birth, bitch. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I have a baby.
Fuck this family. Like, I'm just gonna leave for no reason."
The king's like, and yeah, that was the thing that kind of was weird. Was like she did all those paintings, but she never finished the paintings. She did 300 paintings, and she never finished any of them. So, what if that was just his mom's style choice? That's how she does a painting. They just look like they're done. They're all done, and he's just hallucinating for nothing.
I guess in a way too, the way she just left is like, oh, it's kind of unfinished family, you know, just kind of like, oh. Whatever.
Well, maybe the game that we played was unfinished, and that's why it just flopped at the end.
Wow, that went way deeper. The mechanics of the game at first made me nauseous.
Yeah, me too. I had to stop.
I didn't have that, but you guys both.
Yeah,
it might be something with glasses. Maybe I don't know if that's
once I moved really far away from the TV, it was all right.
Okay,
I got used to it, and I think the other thing was like having no scope of distance when there was like nothing around didn't help either. Because once I was out of the undetailed white areas, I didn't have that issue at all. I did like when the game went into the swamp and it was like these weird puzzles you had to figure out I did not find all the balloons.
No,
I found most of them.
I found most of them at first, and I gave up. I wanted to beat the game.
I got enough balloons to get the machine gun, and then I just shot that a lot.
That's nice.
I just shot the machine gun.
You're going to have to show me where that is.
Yeah, like it's like one of the things you can select after you use the balloons as currency for toys. And
Okay.
One of them was rapid fire. So
I didn't play around with any of the.
I
did see that you could use
that's the
balloons
only
to
thing.
get toys.
No, seriously, you're not joking?
No, I'm not joking.
Oh!
No,
I
that's
didn't
not
check
a
out
joke.
the balloons at all.
No, the balloons are a currency. You pause the game and you go down this drop.
I thought you were being you and just making shit up.
No,
I was just letting you be.
Once I got the rapid fire thing, I was like, yes. But then
oh my god, that would have saved so much time.
You get to the part where you have to. The building thing was annoying.
Yeah,
because that mechanic was like, why are we doing this? You know, it feels like all of the mechanics could have been used in a bigger, more fleshed out game.
It's like it was like 5 games that were like the beginning of those games. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I think Brittany mentioned this when I got done beating it earlier today. So you kind of wish that you could throw white paint during that part?
I thought when we went into the darkness, it was going to be the opposite. It was going to be black, and you're going to throw white paint.
And I think that would have made more
sense. When it switched to water, it was like...
Yeah.
All right. Oh, the plants.
I actually like the plants.
I thought it was neat, but I could never figure out how much I needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like too little was like, oh, you're falling. Too bad. And too after a while, I was like, do I keep going? Oh, but yeah, when you get to a certain amount, it would just dial it back anyway.
Yeah.
I kept leaving the plant and like trying to move forward without bringing the plant with me and having to go back and be like, oh, I need the vine for this too.
Eventually, I was just making it go everywhere. I was like, screw this junk.
Take this with me the whole time. And then sometimes I had issues where like there was an obvious crack where the vine needed to grow, and I would put the water down, and the vine just would be like, no, fuck you, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I would get kind of stuck, and then I would just have to keep playing around with it, and eventually the vine would grow, but that kind of stopped me because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go there or not.
Yeah, the only time I ever got stuck was on the bridge that didn't continue, and you had to jump off the bridge.
Yeah,
that part stuck me because I was like, no, I'm not jumping off this bridge. Did you see that giant blue monster that never gets talked about again?
Oh, yeah, like they don't talk... Or, I don't know, I wonder if that's the monster, though, that they mentioned with the vine, it like... The vines created the monster and went into the sea.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
assumed as much.
I very much was sitting there, I was like, okay, don't want to fall. That's what I just learned.
Yeah.
And
now you have to.
I guess, okay, it's gone. It's not come back. Frankius.
What's he doing?
He's about to scratch stuff. So let's you know what? Let's just bring him in. Let's bring him in onto the video because Frank wanted to be in the video so damn much. Here he is. He's not stopping. He's not stopping.
Scratch Club.
Scratch Club.
He really likes that catnip.
Merry Christmas. We have our Christmas cat. I'll deal with this. You guys do your thing. I'll be right back. I can't believe he's not getting off.
But I mean, I thought the game was beautiful.
It looked awesome, and there was a lot of really interesting concepts.
I kind of just wanted to explore the city, just like walk around, explore.
And it was very closed off. It was like I thought, like there was, especially during like some of the water channel stuff, it was like, oh, look at all that stuff over there. Well, I'll probably eventually end up over there. Oh no, I'm just going to swing on this vine, and now I'm trapped in this room until I figure out the fireplace.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to like walk around and explore a little bit too. The labyrinth part kind of like blew my mind though, because I was like, oh god, this is going to take forever to get through this thing, and then you go through that archway, and you're already on top of the castle. And I remember like
I just jumped over the bushes.
No, I'm talking about the labyrinth, the big one outside the castle.
That one wasn't too bad. Yeah,
it looked like it would be immense, and then it's like, oh, the map shows. Okay,
just go that way.
Yeah,
I cheated. I took a picture on my cell phone of the map, so I didn't have to go back and look at the map again. I was like, I
saw the map, but just I don't know, kind of blew my mind a little bit because I just kept going back and forth, from where the top of the castle was back to the door. Like, whoa, that was crazy. So
it just felt like a teeny tiny bit of what could be a bigger set of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were teasing grandeur the whole time, and it was a tiny game.
And then to top it all off, Terry Gilliam,
right?
But in the least he just spoke like
for like the end.
Yeah. It's like, so this is the last level of the game, and here are the credits. Yes, there's credits in my dream. Like, I was instantly taken. I was like, if this is the credits, there's no threat. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Yeah,
and it was just like, dang. I thought I was gonna have to really replay the way the game worked with new, weirder puzzles.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, and it was just like, no, you're really just walking through the credits. This last level is not even a level.
I thought it was kind of cool. In order to like make people watch the credits, though, it was kind of cool that you were like playing with the credits.
Getting involved in that way.
I like games that lets you play the credits, but I also like games that finish.
Yeah.
So
you had an interesting insight about maybe why they chose.
Well, because he didn't like he directed one film besides the Monty Python movies, and that was Brazil, which was characteristically unfinished.
Yeah.
So
that works.
So I thought that was clever, but I was also just like, oh, that's clever, but I don't think they really used him very well. He's got what, 8 lines? I wonder how much they paid for that.
Like, you just did a con in a quiet room.
Yeah. So it was neat. I thought it was weird that the whole time they're building up the king as this selfish asshole, and at the end I have to like him now.
Yeah, because it seemed like he was kind of a bad guy at first.
Yeah,
and if I could just. Why the hippo?
What exactly?
Yeah, I don't.
What was that?
I think the hippo would eat the vines or something.
But it was just a hippo beside him in the room at the end.
It had a crown.
It was just
it was a king hippo. Oh shit! It's King Hippo from Punch Out.
And Punch Out is unfinished.
No, I don't know. So yeah,
I give the game a 2 out of 5 unfinished games.
There you go.
Well, the game made me feel nauseous at first, and then I felt unfinished afterwards.
Oh. Okay, so which mechanic was your favorite? Like, out of all of the mechanics that this game went through, where it had the paint, that had completely white canvas, and you had to paint it to find out the actual game. You had the water one, where you had to...
I like the water with the vines. I thought that was the coolest.
Okay.
I mean, it did have some issues. I mean, I had some issues with it, like I said before, but it was my favorite just because I think I was able to put some color into the world. You know, I felt like with the green creeping along.
Then there was the light and dark swamp area.
I liked the light and dark the best out of it. I thought that was really well done.
Okay.
Because it was just kind of like... It put you in a state of suspense because you're like, okay, so if I want to progress, I need to get this light. I don't know how to get to that light. If I don't make it to that light in the time allotted, I will get killed. And it just made it like kind of... It was the first time that it wasn't just like, I'll be stuck if I can't move. Yeah. There was suspense. There was you were in. It got you. I don't know, because there was a conflict.
Yeah.
Then, like, when it went from, okay, first you're hitting these things just to light them up. Now, there's a ball, you have to move it around, and you have to keep up with it. Having to keep up with it was the secondary thing. And there was one of those things like, the ball's going over a waterfall. Do you trust that if you jump off of this, there will be somewhere to land?
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And it was like, yeah, of course they wouldn't do that to you, would they?
The ball part was actually pretty cool, in my opinion. I didn't like the first part, just like... running around, because my expectations were something else. It felt like detached from the rest of the game. The most detached, at least.
And I found a balloon because I did experiment with the ball. I wanted to see where else you could do with it. And I tracked it all the way back up the hill, like by just juggling it and keeping it from coming back down. So I go all the way back up the hill, and behind you, where you start, there's a balloon.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of balloons, like, behind you, like, throughout this game. Like, where you come out through a door or something, you have to turn around and look, and there is a balloon.
I don't think I even found half. I found 30, and that was enough to get...
I found a lot in the first stage. One of the first couple stages.
I might have gotten all of them in the very first intro thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes they were like really awkward, obvious. Like, what is... Mostly because it was all black and white at that point.
Yeah.
They either stuck out or they were this weird silhouette that Like there's one that's invisible.
Mm-hmm.
It's not white and it's not black. It's invisible. And it was just like, that's fair. I don't know. I found it by accident.
I think there was a couple that you were like meant to find by accident.
My favorite was the beginning.
My favorite was the beginning half. I really hated that swamp area. It was awful.
Well, no, I mean, not even the water part, just the very beginning.
Where you were just like putting black paint.
The black paint on the white, on everything, and just discovering what's around you that way.
That was pretty neat.
I wanted the whole game to be something like that and just build up on it, because that's also how they advertised the game.
Yeah.
And I just assumed that's what they were going to do. So when I bought it, that's what I was buying into.
I feel like in a way they were trying to teach you like aspects of art at the same time. You know, it's like you start out with blank canvas, you just have black, and then you move on to like, shadowing, perspective, you know, and then with the water, I don't really know, I guess just, you know,
just stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated when you're doing art, because it can get really intense.
Yeah.
And then maybe like with the darkness of the night, maybe it was just like, you know, working with shadows. Maybe. I don't know. I'm stretching here.
At the end,
and then the 3D.
It was Mondrian.
Yeah.
It was very Mondrian. It had just yellow, red, and blue, and white, and black. So it was.
Yeah. So I kind of
all
felt
squares.
like at some points of the game, I kind of felt like they were trying to like teach you like, oh, these are almost like you're an art student. You're taking a class and you're learning all these different steps to build like a painting, maybe.
He does get a paintbrush at the end. Starts painting.
He does.
Now here's another question: did he finish the swan or make his own swan?
I thought he painted his own swan.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he painted his own swan, like a different one with like.
See, I thought he finished it, and that's because Brittany, you're basically the third person. I've already talked to Brittany about this, and I was just like, so okay, you sided Brittany. I was pretty sure he finished the swan and added 2 more.
Well, I thought just because at the end it was like he made his mother very happy, and I thought it was going to say he finished the swan, but he said he painted, and I was like, oh well,
it is vague.
Maybe.
Also, I like to think that the original swan painting was stolen by someone at the orphanage.
Yeah.
And they're going to steal the paintbrush, and that's how you get the beginning of Epic Mickey.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Did you ever play that?
No, it looked really good.
It's not.
It's not.
No.
How'd they get it too?
I don't know. That's what I said.
The first game is pretty. It's pretty terrible.
Those damn motion controls.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes it terrible.
Which wouldn't be an issue, like the very beginning of the game.
Maybe you just need to stand up.
Yep.
Hey.
I don't think that would help either. Because you actually have to use motion control, like, to fight people with your, like, paint stream, and then it, like, runs out of paint. It's really awful. I have an article about it on halfemptytank.com.
It's like 4 years old.
It's 4 years old, but it's there.
Yeah, we haven't written any articles
on there in a while. A lot of my articles lately.
Okay, so finally, how did the game make you feel? Ultimately, what was the encompassing feeling that the game brought to you?
I didn't really have that much fun playing it after a while.
Okay.
Like, with the exception of, like, the swamp, it just felt tedious and clunky.
Okay.
I guess I didn't think of it as being unfinished, but it just kind of, like, there was too many aspects thrown together. And I feel like now, thinking of it as an unfinished game, it almost feels like we're never finishing this game. And somebody just went, what if we just don't finish it?
I feel like they tried to be really clever, but it didn't really work sometimes.
Yeah.
We have this, like, 4 games, and they're all okay. We need a game by, like, next year. So what do we do?
Let's just put these together.
Which is really disappointing because almost every other game they've had has been fantastic with, like, Journey, Flow, and Flower. And all of the Santa Monica games have been really great. But, and they actually have a little tiny, like, Journey tidbit in it. If you look through the telescope and go all the way to the moon, you'll see the 2 people from Journey.
Oh, cute.
And actually, you showed me one that I didn't notice. If you go through you look through the telescope.
When you're on the seawall,
yeah,
you look through the telescope, you go all the way into the monument. Inside the king's eye, you can see the king and the hippo sitting by the fire.
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, that was the thing that weirded me out. I was like, what is that all about? And then when I got in the room, I was like, still weird. Oh, you're here now. I guess that means that we're covered in water. Good job killing us with a lemon.
Yeah,
What
did
was
it
that
kind
about?
of feel like the water was kind of like electrified too? I kind of had that feeling.
But it was just like, oh, I better watch out for all these electric things. No, they're not shocking me.
Yeah.
So that there's a lemon here. Boop. Oh crap! It's flooding. Where do I go? Oh, I died.
Yeah, I died several times too. I was like,
oh, there's a ladder. Okay, the ladder's not electrified now. Oh, the water is still coming.
Yep.
What?
I died when I went to the tower and the stairs weren't like there anymore, and I just kept running out of the tower because I was like, well, I guess this is the wrong way, and I would run out and then die. And it took me forever to jump onto the table because I was.
Did you get the balloon that was down inside the well where the water was under the grave? If you looked down and there was a balloon.
No.
Because I saw the water when I was like going up. I like really took my time and explored everything in this game and saw the water down there and then started flooding.
No, the first half of the game I really explored it. The second half I was
let me just fucking finish this shit.
Basically, yeah. I really took my time at first though. Ultimately, the game made me feel tired, which is weird. At first, I was really excited. I was really enthralled with the idea of the game. I thought it was new and interesting. And then I kept getting exhausted by all the other ways to play the game. I was just like, just give me the game I wanted. Give me the game I bought.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like it lived up to the expectations. That being said, once I put my expectations aside, I did enjoy the game for what it was. But I just, it was kind of hard to get that bad taste out of my mouth.
Mm.
I was disappointed, I guess. That was the feeling I was left with because the beginning I loved the beginning so much and it made me so curious about the game. But then the more I played it, the more I was like, they're not gonna tell me shit, you know, like, and I just, it's not even like a game where I could just fill in the blanks for myself. It just felt unfinished, you know. I don't know. I just didn't like the last bit of it. I felt like that was a completely different game than the first part.
Yep.
And the first part, I'm kind of repeating what you said. The first part is just what I wanted to play. So.
That's just that vagueness, that fake deep.
Yeah.
Fake deep is so annoying.
It did have like that fake deep. We're so deep. Yeah.
Like almost like you can just go, did you get it? Oh no, just play it again. You'll get it.
Yeah. And I just felt like it was going to uncover this, like, there was so much build up. I felt like there was going to be this huge, like, mystery at the end. I don't know, but it just never came. It was just like, we were flooded. We were in this monument. The king
He's dying,
dying. You're in a dream. And then you go back to the orphanage.
Bruno Mars comes.
You paint.
He asked you to marry him?
Yeah.
I did like the part that were at the very end of the king's dream when you were walking and you were getting bigger and you could see like the monument.
Oh, that got weird. Yeah.
And the city and then the castle with the labyrinth around. I thought that was really cool, but and then it exploded and apparently the universe ended, so I
wanted, for some reason, when the water filled up, I wanted the king statue to turn into a rocket and blast off into the moon. That's what I was thinking about right when I was watching that moment. And I was like, that'd be cool. Didn't happen.
Or since it did have portholes, I kind of expected maybe the king statue is actually an automaton.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're gonna walk through the ocean and do some weird thing for a minute.
That'd been cool.
The game's been everywhere else. Why not?
It kept like showing the moon a lot too. I thought maybe we would build steps to the moon. I don't know, but that didn't happen. And I'm also disappointed that we didn't get to ride the giant swan.
Right.
Like we never got to the swan.
You technically don't catch the swan.
Yeah.
It still bails.
I thought we were gonna like ride it or something, but
yeah, I guess like the win moment is when you see the swan looking at you through the glass. And what is with the swans? Yeah. What is with when the king dies?
So that's the part that was weird. So like when you were going through the hall, like through the dining room or whatever, you come to a mirror and you're obviously the king.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then when you get that turns into the funeral, and then when you're looking through another mirror, you are the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, look, the credits were all kinds of fucked.
But I guess since you were technically like born from a clone of the king, you were really like
yourself.
soft.
That's weird to think
I'm
about.
not really sure.
If you're the king and your mom...
You're like a copy of a copy.
You're a copy produced in a copy of that was spawned via the original.
You're your own grandpa.
Yes.
Does that technically make you, like...
Immortal?
Immortal? Yeah.
No.
If we follow, like...
Immortal. No, that's not what they call that in small towns. They call that, like, inbred.
That's the right I word.
Yeah. It's one of those words.
So, guys, that was Unfinished Swan.
We should just stop the video and not finish it.
Well,
don't finish the video.
We're not done. We're not done yet. But I do want to mention that next month, i.e. a couple weeks from now, later this month, we will be doing Bastion. Bastion is the next game on Game Club. Go play that game as it's awesome. Shit.